Well, welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the About Redlands radio show where we're talking about all things Redlands, California, and then some. And I have with me now a very special guest. Allie Johnson is one of the sisters of Sister Rescue, where I got my little sweet Macy May. Welcome to the show, Allie.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
very
absolutely.
Honored.
Of course, I'm a little partial to your business.
Well,
because
we're
we
so
have just the sweetest dog ever. I have to start out and just ask, how did Sister Rescue get started?
Well, it kind of started, the journey goes way back. You know, my sister and I grew up with dogs, and they always were a part of the family. They brought so much joy to our life, and, you know, just sort of something that was a part of our family always. And as we got older, kind of became more aware of the shelter dog issues, just kind of through social media, photos, outreach. And a lot of our dogs growing up had been from, you know, breeders or the pet store, and we hadn't really rescued our dogs. It really wasn't something we really even talked about in the 90s. As I became more aware of it, I started volunteering for a group in Los Angeles, and then, you know, after maybe a year to 6 months of doing that, I realized, you know, I could be doing this in the Inland Empire, and the Inland Empire really needs a lot of help in that way. And my sister shares the same passion, so one day she was just like, why don't we do our own rescue? And I said, okay, well, what will we call it? And she's like, what about, like, Sister, like that show? Like, and
perfect.
I was like, yeah, that has a good ring to it. And so we just kind of put our name together. We made a Facebook page, and we started our own thing. And because I had volunteered in LA, I kind of knew the process a little bit better of, like, how we can get dogs out of the shelter, and just, you know, I didn't feel so lost, but it just started off like that. And then, you know, we both have full-time professions, so this is really like a passion project, and we've just seen it grow, and the community has
you guys
really
have grown. And well, let me ask, what type of dogs do
us,
you rescue?
Sure. So we mainly focus on smaller breed dogs, like little Macy. But we've also helped pit bulls, a few larger breeds. But because a lot of our foster families can only accommodate smaller dogs, and because it's not a full-time, we're not able to give it like full-time right now. And bigger dogs are just more of a challenge, and we always need more foster families. It's not that we don't want to help the bigger dogs. It's more, if you're willing to foster for us and you have a big backyard, we'll go straight and get a big dog.
Okay, well, that's what I was just getting ready to ask then. Do you need foster families?
Absolutely. We always need foster families to help. And
so we'll post the information, but how do they, if anyone out there listening or watching us online, of course, those watching us online are seeing photographs of you and your sister and the dogs.
Yeah.
If they want to foster, how do they get a hold of you?
One of the best ways is to email us at sisterrescue@yahoo.com. You could send us a private message on our Instagram account. You could Facebook one of us.
Okay.
Or look for our Facebook group, Sister Rescue, and just inquire.
Okay.
We pay
now,
for all
are there? What are the prerequisites of becoming a foster? I guess family.
The foster family, we are very open. We've had people who live in apartments be able to foster for us. We have had families with other dogs who have fostered.
Okay.
So really the prerequisite is more of a commitment and an ability to kind of demonstrate, like, I can keep the dog safe, and we understand animal behavior, and usually that's just through, like, talking to someone.
Okay, got you. And so do you have a facility?
We don't. Again, it's all out of foster homes. Even our own personal homes are sometimes used as a foster placement. So right now we have about 5 or 6 consistent families who are helping us.
Okay, well that's nice. So then so you go and pick these dogs up. Who pays, because for the vet bills and the animal care?
Yes, that's a great question. So when we first started, we did this big fundraiser, kind of like a little art gala, and we raised $800, and that was our like little nest egg. And we've kind of been living off of that ever since. We really try to keep it out of the red, and through donations and money in that way and adoption fees, we can still keep our, we keep our adoption fees relatively low, between $200 or $300. Some rescues ask for more. But we really, that's what keeps us going. Like, it might take us $200 to get a dog up to snuff for adoption, and then we'll ask the adopters for $250. And,
right, I see.
So it just kind of keeps us out of the red. And also, we're really fortunate to partner with Loma Linda Animal Hospital. Dr. Sig over down there has been instrumental in just helping us keep these dogs healthy and helping and really serving our rescue and giving us really reasonable prices.
Okay, that is wonderful. So then what are your favorite things about animal rescue?
There's a lot, but it's so rewarding to see the lives of both of the animals and those who adopt them. We really take great pride in knowing that we have been a part of bringing someone's best friend into their life, like with you and Macy, and we get to see these adorable pictures and stories. And so just really bringing those stories together, helping the dogs. Dogs are incredibly special creatures, and their love is unconditional.
They're fabulous, I know. So then we have just a couple minutes left. So tell us, what are the challenges that you face in rescuing?
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges, but you can't let them get you down. Some of them are financial. We're always trying to stay out of the red, which basically means, we don't want to dip into our own personal accounts for this money, or otherwise we could easily be on the streets with our own bills. So it's money, and it's also just, general ignorance about animal welfare. People don't realize that a pit bull can have 10 to 12 puppies, and then you have 10 to 12 puppies that have to find homes. And, people not spaying and neutering their pets, or people adopting animals thinking this is so cute, and not realizing how much work it is, and then they end up back at the shelter.
Right,
and so
education,
those are some of the challenges. It just, sometimes it feels like this insurmountable, we're going against some cultural notions, and we're going against big issues that need to be addressed at the core.
Right. Yeah, no, I can totally see that. The myths then. So what are some of the myths about shelter dogs that you'd like to debunk?
Yeah, I'd love to debunk some of those myths. So some of them are that shelters are just full of pit bulls and chihuahuas, which make great pets, by the way.
Right.
But occasionally we have purebred dogs. My dog's a Maltese, and I rescued her from the Ramona Humane Society, and she's just gorgeous, and she's the best thing ever. And another myth is like shelter dogs all have issues. And to that I would say most of them don't. 90% of them are wonderful dogs that can become well-adjusted. And in all my years of rescuing, I really haven't seen like a lost case, where the dog is just a bad dog. I don't really know if bad dogs exist.
And I can
like bad owners
to that. I mean, Macy is like, she is so playful, and she's got a bunny and a little bear that she drags all over the house, and it's just adorable. I mean,
and some people will say this is better than any of the dogs from the breeders that I've ever had.
And I hear most people say that. Well, we have about 30 seconds, Allie. Tell us what you need from the Redlands community, and how we can get a hold of you. I mean, of course, we'll post your information as well.
Yes, no, I would love that. So Redlands, we've had a lot of support from our community, which we are so grateful for. But again, just foster families and supporting us, following us on Instagram, Facebook, and social media. If you can't, I always say if you can't volunteer, then at least donate. And if you can't donate, at least advocate. So those are some things that we could help, that could make a huge difference in our community, in the Inland Empire. Excuse me.
Great. Fabulous.
Well.
Allie, thank you so very much. We'll make sure to post all your information online so that anybody that wants to get a hold of you and foster or donate can do so.
Thank you so much.